Vast swathes of the past are still poorly understood by science, so when new discoveries are made about the past, they often pose a problem to modern scientists. Even the world's leading experts on history are often left with questions that they can't answer, and you'll likely have big questions about the things you're about to see in this video. We begin with the news that a remarkable discovery has been made in southern Germany, where archaeologists, led by Yvonne Tafelmeier from the University of Tübingen, have uncovered the original entrance to an Ice Age cave in Engen, which had remained sealed for around 16,000 years. This cave, known from previous studies but never fully explored, dates back to the Magdalenian period, offering a rare glimpse into the life of late Ice Age hunter-gatherers. Initially breached in 1978, when researchers accidentally opened a section by blasting, the cave's original entrance remained a mystery until recent advancements made access possible. Using modern imaging techniques, a team from the University of Heidelberg located a 65-foot deep cavity and revealed the long-hidden entrance, blocked for millennia by sediment. This discovery is monumental, not just for its rarity in Paleolithic research, but also for its potential to shed light on the behaviors and environments of our ancient ancestors. Alongside the entrance, archaeologists have found stone tools and animal bones, providing tangible links to our Ice Age past. Excavations are set to continue, promising more insights and adding to the treasure trove of finds from this era, such as the notable Ice Age figurines and musical instruments previously unearthed in nearby caves. In the 2,000-year-old House of the Amphitheater, also known as the Casa del Anfiteatro in Mérida, Spain, archaeologists have unearthed the well-preserved remains of a massive public bath area. The house, built by the Romans in a colony they called Augusta Emerita, contained baths of an extraordinary size for a standard Roman house. These baths would have belonged to a private residence, or perhaps a set of private residences, but they would have been widely shared. Hence, they could still be labeled as public baths. It's even possible that the baths might have been a focal point of grand parties held by the property's owner. And by parties, we're sure you can all imagine what we actually mean. The bathing area featured individual bathing facilities in excellent condition, along with ample wall and floor decorations including marble plaques, moldings, paintings, and various underground structures associated with the baths. The House of the Amphitheater is part of the Archaeological Ensemble of Mérida, recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1993. This discovery offers a fascinating glimpse into the luxurious lifestyle of the Roman elite in ancient Spain. Archaeologists in Wales have unearthed a wooden comb, believed to be the oldest found in the UK, dating back over 3,000 years to the Bronze Age, during excavations for a road scheme in South Wales. The discovery, alongside a gold hair ring, suggests an emphasis on personal appearance and social status during that era. The items, found in what appears to be a cremation burial site, provide significant insights into life and death during the Bronze Age. According to Adam Gwilt, principal curator for prehistory at Amgueddfa, Cymru Museum, Wales, this finding sheds light on the cultural practices of the time, particularly focusing on the importance of hair and personal grooming. The discovery not only highlights the rich archaeological significance of the Vale of Glamorgan, but also raises questions about the historical use of combs as self-grooming tools, which could date back as far as 8,000 years, according to research by the University of Oxford's Pitt Rivers Museum. The findings are part of a wider array of prehistoric burial evidence surfacing in the area, contributing to a broader understanding of past societies. Museum Wales is now looking to acquire these artifacts, following their independent valuation by the Treasure Value Committee for further study and public exhibition. In the northern province of Sinop, Turkey, archaeologists have unearthed Hellenistic-era pebble mosaics that once adorned the dining room of what must surely have been an exceptionally wealthy family. These mosaics were discovered in the Balatlar building complex, a site dating back over 2,000 years. The mosaics, which are rare for buildings from the classical and Hellenistic periods, were found during excavations led by Professor Gulgun Koruglu. Mosaics like this are believed to be almost unique to Turkey and remain incredibly rare worldwide, with similar examples found only in ancient sites in Greece or Italy. Sinop, which has been home to many civilizations from prehistoric times to the present, is considered one of the most important ancient cities in the world, comparable to Rome. The mosaics are currently undergoing restoration for display, and publication studies on the subject are ongoing. This discovery not only enhances our understanding of the opulent lifestyles of the ancient elite, but also solidifies Sinop's status as a significant ancient city, one of a great many in Turkey, which itself has been a cradle to many important ancient civilizations. Paleontologists in South Africa, led by Lee Berger, have made a groundbreaking discovery: the world's oldest known burial site, which significantly predates previous finds and challenges established views on human evolution. Located 100 feet underground in the cradle of humankind, a UNESCO World Heritage Site near Johannesburg, the burial site contains remains of Homo naledi, a distant relative of humans with small brains. This finding suggests complex behaviors like burial and symbolic practices may not be exclusive to Homo sapiens or linked solely to larger brain sizes as previously thought. Dating back to at least 200,000 BCE, the site reveals that Homo naledi, which exhibited both ape-like and human-like characteristics, might have engaged in mortuary practices and created symbolic engravings, pointing towards a far more complex cognitive and emotional capacity than their brain size would suggest. The discovery is set to challenge the linear narrative of human evolution, suggesting that the capacity for cultural and ritualistic practices could have a broader and more diverse history. These findings, still pending peer review, have the potential to rewrite our understanding of the development of early human societies and their practices. A broken marble statue of the Greek god Pan has been discovered among the ruins of an early Christian church in Istanbul. The statue, depicting Pan with goat horns and a naked torso playing a reed pipe, was found in the backfill of the 6th century church of St. Polyeuctus, which was one of the largest in Constantinople. Although it is unlikely that a Christian church would have kept a pagan god statue, the location is believed to be a result of a modern mistake. The ruins were accidentally uncovered by workers building a nearby road in the 1960s, and the backfill used to cover them likely contained the statue, thus implanting the ancient artifact into a modern context. The statue is badly damaged, perhaps as a result of that process, with only the head, torso, and arm remaining. But its significance as a work of classical art is still evident. Pan, the god of the wilds and nature, was known for playing the panpipes and is often depicted as a mythical faun. The importation of classical sculptures to Constantinople declined after the 6th century, when Christian culture gained prominence. An Egyptian archaeological mission in the Assuit Governorate has found fascinating discoveries at the site of Mer, near the city of El Qusiyah. The excavation has revealed a wealth of historical treasures from different periods. Among the findings are Byzantine-era buildings and late-period burials, shedding light on the cultural and architectural developments of those times. The most remarkable discovery is a text of supplications to the first Christian fathers inscribed on the walls of the newly excavated buildings. This valuable inscription, written in Coptic script, provides a unique glimpse into the religious practices and beliefs of the period. Additionally, the upper cemetery has unearthed structures consisting of a courtyard and interconnected rooms, showcasing the architectural layout and functional aspects of the site. The lower cemetery is full of poorly preserved burials, including skeletal remains, wooden coffins, and funerary furniture, providing insights into burial customs and practices. Among the portable artifacts found are pottery vessels of various shapes and sizes, a collection of blue and black faience beads, and 2 copper mirrors. These discoveries contribute to our understanding of the rich cultural heritage of Mir and its significance in ancient Egyptian history. Cave-in Rock, nestled on the Ohio River's edge in Illinois, USA, is a 60-foot wide cave, known historically as a haven for river pirates. Formed from wind and water erosion following the last ice age, this cave first caught European attention when documented by French explorer M. de Lery in 1729. By the late 18th century, this secluded spot had earned a notorious reputation due to its association with river piracy, specifically under the leadership of Samuel Mason and his Mason gang, who turned the cave into their criminal stronghold. Mason, along with infamous figures like the Hart brothers, engaged in a reign of terror, preying on boats along the Ohio and Mississippi rivers until their expulsion by local vigilantes in 1799. The cave's lore is rich with tales of deception and ambush as bandits exploited the lawless frontier landscape. Despite later associations with outlaws like Jesse James, historical records primarily link the cave to Mason and his gang's activities. By the 19th century, the increase in law enforcement and community action pushed these criminals out, allowing settlers to establish the town of Cave-in Rock, transforming the area from a den of iniquity into a peaceful river community. The transformation from a pirate hideout to a settled town reflects the broader taming of the American frontier. In the heart of the Sahara, the ancient Garamantes kingdom flourished, surviving in the harsh desert with ingenuity and spirit. Their most striking legacy, the intriguing pyramidal tombs, dot Libya's landscape, whispering tales of a civilization that revered the afterlife, much like their distant Egyptian cousins. These burial monuments, nestled on the slopes of the Mesak and at El Hatia, are marvels of ancient engineering, with some reaching heights of 10 to 15 feet. They weren't just memorials, but were possibly aligned with star constellations, revealing a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos. But it's not just their tombs that capture the imagination. The Garamantes were pioneers in desert survival, creating an oasis of life in the unforgiving Sahara with their revolutionary Fogaras irrigation system. This wasn't a small-scale endeavor. Their kingdom covered an area of nearly 70,000 square miles, centered around the vibrant capital Garama. However, it wasn't just their agricultural achievements that defined them, but also their prowess and resilience, as evidenced by their clashes with Rome. Despite their eventual decline, likely due to environmental strains and external pressures, the legacy of the Garamantes endures, offering a fascinating glimpse into a culture that thrived in one of the world's most challenging environments. The Kizil Caves is the most popular but also the least fantastical name for the cave structures on the edge of the Tarim Basin in northwest China. They're also known as the Caves of the Thousand Buddhas and the Thousand Red Houses. The rock-cut caves were carved by Buddhists approximately 2,300 years ago. This part of China is known to have been an important commercial hub on the Silk Road, so the fact that the caves were created here probably isn't a coincidence. Historians believe this is the oldest major Buddhist cave complex in China. Some of those historians also believe that the caves might be a full 500 years older than the official estimate. However, the age of the caves isn't as important as what's inside them. There are more than 15,000 square feet of murals and wall paintings inside the Kizil Caves depicting legends of the Buddha and Jataka stories, many of which use an ultramarine pigment derived from lapis lazuli. The pigment was hard to produce and reserved for extremely important occasions, so these caves must have been the holiest of holy places during the peak of their use. Now we enter the mystical embrace of Cambodia's Angkor Archaeological Park, where a thrilling discovery has been made at the Ta Prohm Temple, known from the adventures of Lara Croft Tomb Raider. 6 sandstone statues hidden for centuries under the remnants of time and nature have emerged, bringing with them tales of the past and the spiritual depth of the Khmer Empire. Among these relics, 2 depict the serene Buddha sheltered by the protective coils of a naga, a serpent symbolizing wisdom and guardianship. Another statue brings to life Avalokitesvara, the compassionate bodhisattva, echoing the temple's original dedication to Mahayana Buddhism. This find isn't just a stroke of archaeological luck. It's a bridge to the era of Jayavarman VII, a ruler whose devotion led to the construction of this breathtaking monastery in the late 12th and early 13th centuries. Tapram stands as a testament to his reign and religious fervor, designed not as a towering structure but as a sprawling earthly site of worship. As the jungle reclaimed this sacred place after the fall of the Khmer Empire, these statues lay dormant, now revealed to remind us of Cambodia's rich cultural and religious heritage. Imagine stepping back in time to the Viking Age in Iceland, where archaeologists have just discovered the country's oldest known drawing. It's not just any sketch, but what's been playfully dubbed Viking graffiti carved into a reddish clay stone. This remarkable piece of history, measuring just an inch long, depicts a Viking ship, albeit unfinished. The carving shows a sail, a rope connecting the sail to the bow, and part of the hull, giving us a fleeting glimpse into the world of the Vikings after the year 800. But why is this simple, rather crudely done graffiti so fascinating? It's because it represents a tangible connection to the everyday lives of the Vikings, offering a hint of their maritime culture that dominated Scandinavia. This particular piece of graffiti, found in the remains of a longhouse, tells a story of a society rich in trade and complexity, suggested by other unearthed artifacts like silver, lead, and gold, indicating a bustling hub of activity and commerce. What's particularly intriguing is the setting of this discovery, a longhouse in Stode, East Iceland, that stretched an impressive 141 feet in length, hinting at the presence of a significant Viking chieftain. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy watching new videos on my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you soon!